Okay, good morning all. So yesterday class we have completed about the topics called how to calculate the maximum number of paths, and followed by we have how to calculate the probability of the particular path. Okay, so these are the topics that we have seen in the last class. So in that these topics are comes under the applications only. Okay, how to calculate the maximum path, maximum number of paths, probability calculations, followed by these mean calculations. Next, limitations. These all comes under the applications concept only. Okay, so in this class we will discuss about the mean processing time of a routine. So here we will find out the mean processing time. So the time of the processing a path, we will find out how it will be path means typically what we have seen in the last classes. So whatever the procedure we have followed in the to find the maximum paths and to find the probability calculations. So we have seen a particular arithmetic rules. For parallel it has to be added, for serial it has to be multiplied, for loop it has to be represented as a star, for probability it has to be represented as 1 minus like this 1 p by a equal to 1 minus p. For these are some arithmetic rules has to be followed while going for the calculation of the maximum paths or calculation of the probabilities. Okay, like that only for mean calculation, mean processing time calculation also we have to go for some arithmetic rules like these only. You need to follow based upon these arithmetic rules only for parallel path, for serials, and for loop. Okay, so what first of all, what are the basic points we have to know about before processing the mean time? Okay, so we will process a mean processing time for a particular routine. Routine is nothing but a path. So for that you have to take a path. So every execution time of this statement for every link in a flow graph, probability of each direction for all decisions to find the mean processing path. Generally, mean processing paths are generally considered to calculate for only for loop representation, means that is not decision representation only. We will go for these calculations, mean processing times. For that we will follow some rules. For decision representation, it can be a parallel link or it can be a loop representation. Okay, so for that we have to follow these conditions. Followed conditions has to be followed to calculate the decisions. When it is a parallel path, first of all, every link is associated with a link weightage. Okay, so generally we are taking the link weightage with 1. Okay, so the processing time is denoted by t and the probability link is p. So p is nothing but the probability, t is nothing but the time processing time. So when to calculate the mean processing time for a particular path, we need to know the values of probability of a particular link and a time processing of a time processing of a particular link. So need to know these two values. Okay, for this calculation tab is common for every calculation, but it varies according to the which type of calculations you are performing. So in maximum paths find out, the calculations of parallel, serial, loop is different. For probability it is different. For coming to the mean time calculation, it is different. But for parallel, the formula is a plus b is common, but that a plus b has to be calculated with the mean time of a plus b equal to probability of a into probability in the time of a plus, means the probability of a. So a is probability and as well as a's time plus probability of b and b's time by dividing by probability of a plus probability of b. This is the formula has to be followed when it is a parallel link. Okay, when it is a serial link, you have to follow this condition. Loop, we need to follow this condition. Based upon these two arithmetic rules, we will calculate the mean processing time. So to calculate the mean processing time, you need to go for a flow chart. So compulsory you need to go compulsory we need a flow graph. Flow graph, in that you need probability of a particular link and a time of a particular link. Okay, see in this particular flow graph, So probability of time link. So here it starts from 10 and it ends to the 7. Okay. So 10 is nothing but this weightage. Link weightage is 10. So coming to this decision tree, this is a parallel representation, parallel link. For this, the need to calculate this when you will calculate for parallel as well as you calculate for series. Okay, when it is a parallel, what is we need 2 points, that is called probability of that particular parallel link and time of particular parallel link. Probability is nothing but this value 0. Time is nothing but 0.3 and sorry, the probability is nothing but 0.3 and 0.2. 25 and 40 comes to the time value. Okay, link value. Okay, next 16 is the next weightage, followed by this outer loop and inner loop. Again, every here every decision, either it is a loop or it is a parallel, every decision path, for every decision path, it contains two values, one for probability, another for the time. Okay, based upon these values you need to calculate the mean. So this is the example we have taken. So for this we are calculating the mean processing time. So here, no, see, for first we will start from the first link. First link comes with the parallel link. So for parallel link we need to go for a plus b. For example, 25 is a and 40 is b. Need to calculate addition. That formula for this particular a parallel link, need to calculate the value is this particular addition of addition of probability of a and addition of probability of a and time value of a plus probability of b plus time value of b whole divided by probability of a plus probability of b. This is the parallel one. Okay, so whereas probability of a plus probability of b, probability of a plus probability of b is nothing but addition of two probabilities values. Okay, see here. So while after completion of calculating that value for a parallel link, you need to remove that particular nodes. Okay, so see here, probability of a value is 0.3, probability of b value is 0.4, whereas time value is ta equal to 25, tb equal to 40 according to that loop. Right, for the another loop the value will be vary. Okay, so same value does not contain for every loop, it will be changed. Okay, so next the condition for parallel is probability of a plus probability of b, where probability of a into probability of b is nothing but 0.5 into 25, that is 7.5. Next, plus probability of b plus time of b, t of b is equal to 0.7 into 40, that is called 28 whole divided by probability of a plus probability of b is nothing but 0.3 plus 0.1 equal to 1. This is the whole value after calculating the parallel link, that is called the 35.5. So we need to remove this. See here in this second diagram, after calculating this particular parallel value, the nodes are removed and the total value is represented in this particular removal of the node, after removal of the node. So 35.5. Now coming to the first part of the diagram, first part of the flow graph, 10, 35.5, 16. These all comes in a serial way. That means they are in serial format, serial path. Then serial path formula is nothing but time of AB by probability of B, where time of AB equal to time of A plus time of B, time processing of A plus time processing of B, where P of AB is equal to probability of A into probability of B. This has to be followed in the series. So after calculating the value will be 61.5. Once you also calculate that value, it will match this value. Okay. Next, we will go to the next part of the flow graph. Next, in this next part of the flow graph, we contain two loops. Okay, so we contain two decisions parts. One is in outer loop, and then one is inner loop. Okay, so in outer loop, the representation in outer loop, we have to first we have to go for any one of the loops and we will check is it parallel or it is a loop representation. Combine the parallel link of the outer loop, then the result is just mean of the processing. See, this is the actual diagram. First we are calculating for the outer loop, same formula. This is again a paralleling, for same formula has to be represented. 20 and 300, the values of time value is 0.95 and 0.05. So after calculating the value, it will be the 34. Okay, next we will go for the inner link. Next we will calculate the serial of the outer link. Okay, after removing all nodes, we will go for the inner link. Sorry, here serial links values are 14 into 30, 14 into 34 into 15. The value will be 63. Okay, as also combine the pairs of links at the beginning of the flow graph. Okay, so next we will go for the inner link. Next we will go for the inner link. So it has to be followed by step. So combine many serial links as follows. Okay, here serial links, all after calculating the serial links, we got the 63 value, and this 10 value is inside the loop. Okay, so after this calculating the outer serial values, then the value is 63. So the repetition is the point, then the time is the 0.3. Time value of this is 0.3. So next we will go for the inner loop. Inner loop, same, the calculation has to be generated, but here inner loop is a loop representation. It has to follow this condition. Okay, so based upon this loop condition, we need to calculate the value is 20. Okay, so then we have to go for the serial calculations. Then the serial calculations we have to go for, that is after this particular 30 value, it has to be calculated 10 into 30 into 13. The value is 53. Next, again, it is a loop representation. It again, the calculation has to be done. So the total value is 116. Okay, so again, it is after the calculating the value. So then it is formed as a serial value. Then the total value, again, serial for the total value has to be added. Total has to be followed by this formula. Calculation has to be followed by this formula. Okay, so the total value will be 171.214. This is the total mean value. This is a process of calculating the total mean value. See, once again, see what are the steps has to be followed while calculating the mean processing time. First, we have to go for the what are the different rules has to be followed for the mean processing time. For if parallel, it has to be followed this rule. Like then for series, it has to be followed this rule. For loop, it has to be followed by time by probability. First, this is an example we have taken for calculating the process time. So here TA value will be the 25, TB value will be the 40. So whereas the probability values are represented in the square brackets, that is the probability value but that particular loop. Okay, so first we will start from the first first path. So this is the first decision representation. First we have to eliminate the decisions loops. Okay, so we are going to eliminate these particular decisions by using this particular arithmetic rules. For this is the parallel representation, so we will follow plus a plus b representation. So we will calculate the value as we have seen in this example. We are calculating value by this formula, then the value will be 35.5. So again, after removing this parallel load, this is looks like a series. This is a series representation. Then we will go for series formula. Series formula is nothing but a into b. A into b representation, you need to follow this condition. So after following this formula, the value will be 61.5. After completing the outer part, we will go for remaining decisions. Here we have two types, two decisions, inner decision and outer decision, either inner loop or outer loop. First we need to complete outer, then we will go for inner. Okay, the process will be repeated what we have seen in step 1 and step 4. The step 3 follows the same what you have seen in step 1 and step 4. The same process has been repeated for the outer loop. Then the value of this parallel is 63, and after completion of the parallel, then series has to be added, multiplied. Okay, after completion of the series also, then it will be the 66. See, use the custom step to eliminate the odd node and to create inner self loop. Okay, so you can get the mean processing time by using the arithmetic rules as follow. As we will follow what are the rules has been there in arithmetic has to be followed while calculating these values. Okay, after completing the outer loop, we will go for the inner loop. After completing inner loop, the value is 30. So then series, after adding these all series values, that finally it is 53. Then again it is represented as a parallel representation loop. Then again the parallel formula is used in here. The value is 116. Okay, and it after calculating the value, it is 45.714. So, and last path is finally you need to know that last path will be the series path only. So series path is executed by using the formula A into B. These are all multiply according to the formula of the arithmetic rule. Series has to be calculated and the final value is 171.214. This is the representation of the mean processing time. So these all calculating the maximum path as well as calculating the probabilities of particular path and the calculating the mean processing time, both three problems are same. These will be the problem representation for in your question paper. So these three are all based on the arithmetic rules only. The rules are very important while you performing a particular task. Okay, the rules will be same, the rules will be vary, but the common points in every three type of calculations are parallel, series, loop. Only these are the three main points has to be followed while you're performing the task. Okay, this is about calculating the mean processing time. Okay, the next one is push or pop, get or return. Okay, so here we have some operations called push or pop, get or return. So this generally is used for using the operation called get or return for resource block, open or close for a file, start or stop a device or a process. These are the process has to be followed, are the operations you will follow when you are doing the resource block, a file open, device. When you are using on the resource block, we will go for the operation get or return. When you are using on the file, then the operations on the files are the open and close. Okay, when you are going for device and process, start and stop. These are the operations has to be followed when you are doing this particular processing. Okay, what is push or pop arithmetic? Here also push or pop having some arithmetic rules for same parallel, series and loop. So push or pop is nothing but for parallel calculating the weightage. So next series for multiplication of weightage, for loop weightage repetition. Okay, this is the repetition of push or pop arithmetic. Next, so how it has to be calculated with a small example for push or pop. Generally generally weightage is, if your weightage is not represented for a flow graph, it has to be taken as 1. In the previous example, the weightages are represented as 25, 40, means need to take only that values. If the flow graph is not representing any weightage, initially it is numbered with the 1. Okay, numerical 1 is used to indicate either push or pop. So the weightage of that particular graph is represented by 1. See, okay. So here H is used for pushing, P is denoted by pop. Okay. So these are the two multiplication table and addition table for pushing and popping. Okay. So H is represented by push, pop is represented by P. So see, when you're performing a multiplication between push and pop, this will be the table. When you're performing a addition between the push and pop, this will be the table. See here, H is the push. So here we will have the two-dimensional representation. Three cases. For that we have the three cases. H, P, 1. 1 is the none. Okay. So H is like that. Push, pop, none. So when you're going for multiplication table, when you're performing two-dimensional representing two-dimensional table, H into H is nothing but H square. H into P is represented as 1, and push into pop is nothing but 1. H into none is called H 1. H into 1 is 1. Like that we are representing all the combinations of push and pop. Okay, like that addition table also represented. So additional why we are going for these tables, or these table according to these tables only calculations will be done based upon these tables only. Okay, while you're performing addition table, so same as multiplication, addition table will be represented. So H plus H is H square, H plus H is H. Okay, H we are not doing H into H. Here H plus H is H. Next push and pop is equal to P plus H. Like H into 1 is equal to H plus 1. Okay. Like that the remaining combinations also will be represented. So now we will see how this push and pop will be calculated. Okay. So we are taking this example. Same example, what we have seen in the previous same example, but we are representing here push and pop and 1. Okay, but these combinations we will represent the flow graph. Okay, for that first point is to, here n1 is the number of loops has to be represented, n2 is the number of times the loop has to be represented. Okay, this is the final, so this is the final path expression is represented for this path. Okay, see, first initially it starts from the p, it is parallel path, that's why it is represented by p plus 1. Next it goes to 1. So next this whole brackets or loop for the whole representation of this particular flow graph n square. Okay, first it will goes for p, h means h into h, the loop is represented with n1 times, so n1 is the power of that particular representation, n times loop representation. Next p hp, next you go for the outer loop hp1, and these two are parallel, that's why p plus 1 into 1. Okay, this whole, for this outer loop the whole repetition is n2 times, so n2. Okay, so again after representation phh h1, again this representation hph, it can be represented. Okay, this is the path representation for particular diagram. So why first we are directly representing the path representation? Because after the path expression representation, we will simplify this particular path expression by using this particular multiplication table and addition tables. Okay, and see, simplifying by using the arithmetic tables we get. Okay, see here where we need when we need to simplify. See, so while you are see what are the combinations are there in this particular path expression, is it matches with these particular tables or not, we need to check. Okay, so see, for first we will do the multiplication, need to simplifying, we are going to simplify these are, okay, by substituting these particular tables, arithmetic tables, and as well as multiplication tables. Okay, so p can be multiplied by this p into, first initially this outer loop, outer part consists of p 1, in between we have p plus 1, so p into 1 is nothing but p. Next this p is multiplied with p plus 1, p square plus p. Next coming to the inner loop, h into next inner loop, it calculate, first you are multiplying, you are going for multiplications part. Okay, so h into p, what is h into p? H into p is nothing but 1. Okay, so 1 into 1, 1, again we have another multiplication 1. So here after substituting the multiplication table, we will get the 1 into ph. Okay, so next another multiplication, see here ph 1. Okay, see, ph1, 1 into p, 1 into p, again p, so p remains like that, again p into h, again p into h 1. Okay, finally these values, these multiplication values also calculated as 1. After doing all multiplication, the result will be like this. Okay, now we will go for the remaining simplification. Okay, again see the bracket values. Okay, so in the first part we have calculated the which are outside the bracket values. Now we are going for the inside. Okay, see, h into h, what is h into h? H square. So h square, power is 21, power is n1, next to n1. Okay, next the p value is here, next here h into h, h square, h power h square, power is n1. Okay, next one is the p value is calculated, p into p, how, what is the p into p? P square, and p plus h, p into h is equal to 1, p into h is equal to 1, it is represented 1. This is the next step. After simplification, we will go for the next step. Is there any possible? If there is no possible, we will stop there. Okay, this is the nothing but using the push and pop representation. Okay, so the these are the steps has to be followed while going for simplification. First, you need to represent a path expression from the flow graph, from the push and pop flow graph. You need to represent the path expression. From that, for that path expression, you need to apply the arithmetic and multiplication rules to that particular path expression, and you have to further simplify it. Okay, so next we will see a small table based upon the loops. Okay, so in this we will have the two combinations called m1 and m2. So m1 is for the number of times the inner loop representation, m2 is the number of times the outer representation. So this is the table. When you performing the push and pop operation, we have to go for this table. Okay, so for loops, only for loop, m1 is for inner loop, m2 is for outer loop. So how this value is represented is, first when you are going, these are different combinations we have taken from 00 to 2 3. Okay, so 00 is nothing but there is no inner loop, there is no outer loop. 01 is nothing but no inner loop, only one outer loop. So 02 is nothing but no, 0 is nothing but there is no loop, 1 is nothing but there is repetition, there is a loop. Okay, so when you're performing this, when this whole diagram, this whole graph analysis is represented by one condition called this condition. See, the expression states that the stack will be popped only if the inner loop is not taken. So when there is no inner loop, then the only pop operation, when inner loop, only pop operation is represented. No push operation, push operation is represented. See, h is not represented here. H is nothing but push, p is nothing but pop. Okay, when inner loop is represented by m1. If there is no inner loop, only pop push operation is represented. If there is an inner loop, pop operation is, sorry, if there is no inner loop, then only pop operation is representation, push operation is not represented. Okay, see here, 0 p plus p square is the push pop representation. This will be represented like this only. So here no push operation is represented because inner loop is represented by 1, m1 is represented by 0 up to these conditions. Okay, these all means 0 means m1 is inner loop. So up to these four conditions, there is no inner push operation, it has to be represented. See, so in four condition, no push operation is represented. See, for only pop operation is represented. So first for m2 is equal to 0, p plus p square. For m2 is equal to 1, repetition is increased. So p plus p square plus pq plus p4. So 2 times increase, loop is increased to 2 times, then sigma is taken. Sigma is taken is nothing but repetition is increased, like that up to 3. Coming to the fourth condition, from 1 to last, fourth to last, all push operation is performed and pop operation is eliminated. Okay, so from fourth condition, only push operation is representation. If one repetition is there, one inner loop is there, 1 plus h. If two in one repetition, then it will goes on increasing. Okay, but all pop operations will be eliminated. See here, from when when no inner loop is represented, pop operation is performed. When inner loop is there, push operation will be represented. These are some push and pop graph analysis results. Okay, so based these are some conditions has to be followed. Okay, so the next one is same as we have seen push and pop, like that, get and return. Okay, get and return. So get and return, say same representation what you have seen in push and pop. Here also we will have multiplication table and addition table. Same process for get and return what you have seen in push and pop, no difference. Okay, the same arithmetic tables are used for previous examples, same here also we are going to use. Okay, but there you in push and pop you performed with h and p, here you will perform with g and r, only that is the difference. Okay, so this is the table that has to be taken for multiplication and for addition. Okay, g is denoted for get and r is denoted for return. So this is a small example, see here. So this is the graph, flow graph. The graph of path expression is this. So g, this is the parallel, g plus r. Next g, this is again a loop, gr star. Next g, next again g, again it comes from here, g, gr. So we can go for g, r repetition, so gr star, and or you can go for directly r. Okay, So same process, simplification process, what we have seen in push and pop, here you need to follow for the same process. So first of all, we are calculating the value, multiplication values. So here G, okay. So these are multiplied, then it is taken, G is taken as G cube R star R, okay. So what is the value of GRC here? What is the value of GR? 1. So in the place of GR, we are taken as 1 star. How many times you repeated, the value will be 1. 1 into G. Next here G are repeated 2 times. That means G into G is nothing but G square into G cube. Okay. Next R star R followed by this. Next. So you are going G plus, and we are going again multiplication process only. First we will go for multiplication process, then we'll go for remaining process. So next we will go for, again we have the uh, G cube GR star G. So GR again is represented as 1. So we will take in it as 1. So GR is represented as 1 into G cube R star. Okay, G cube R star. Okay. So this G cube is multiplied with the inner part of this particular addition. So G into G cube is called G4. Next R into G cube, R into G cube. GR is nothing but 1. Okay. 1 G is added. Only with 1 G is we would add it. That's why G square is represented. So for 1 G square, this G cube can be represented for this calculation G square into GR. Okay. GR is nothing but 1. 1 into G square is equal to G square into whole power R. So this is the representation, simplification for get and return. Okay. This is the representation. Next, we will see the limitations and solutions. What are the limitations? What are the restrictions? Why? What are the problems that will arise when you're performing this particular path? The main problem will arise for unachievable paths only. The problems, the application, when limitation is the problem for unachievable path, the paths which are not achievable, that path will makes us problem. Okay. While you're performing a reduction process, then this unachievable path will produce misleading results. Okay. So we have some path which are not achieved by us by the calculation process. So that path will produce the misleading result. These will be the problem while you are going for the unachievable path. That has can be resolved by doing the unachievable path into partitions. Okay. So means while you are calculating the number of path, or while you are representing the path, we have some unachievable path that we cannot recognize. That path will produce for us problem. To eliminate that problem, we will handle this unachievable path by using the partitions in graph. So the graph is partitioned into subgraphs. Okay. If you are taking the subgraphs, then it will be easy to calculate unachievable paths also. Okay. So handling unachievable paths are to partition the graphs into subgraphs so that the path in each of the subgraphs are achievable. What are the paths which is not recognized, that well by also will achievable by using this partition method. This is the solution for the limitation. Okay. So if you are we are splitting the graph into two subgraph. For example, we have, according to the prediction only, we need to divide this partitions. We need to go for the partitions. Okay. So if you have n predictions, n subgraph will be divided. So this is the main problem which arises when you are taking the paths. Okay. And these paths can be this problem can be achieved by using the solution called splitting solution. Okay. So up to this we have completed the concept called applications, and the last concept is regular expressions and flow anomaly detections. So here in this concept we will see only about what is a regular expression and what are the different anomalies and how you will detect. So I think everyone know what is a regular expressions. So what we have seen in the flow graph, these all comes under the regular expressions only. Okay. So what we will go for, the what are the anomalies of detecting the regular expression. Okay. So generic flow anomaly detections. What are the anomalies that will produce for these expressions? Okay. Specific sequence of operation considering all possible paths that are a routine. So generally what are the operation you are performing on the path will produce the anomalies. Okay. For example, you are taking the operations called, for a regular expression we are taking an operation called set and reset. Okay. Set is denoted by S, set is denoted by S and R is denoted by R. Set is represented by S and R is represented by R. So now we will see what are the anomalies that will be produced when operations are performed. Okay, for example, we are taking an application called open, close, read, write. These are applications on particular operations on the particular file. What will be the anomalies that will produce on this particular operations on this part? For example, we are taking read or write after it is closed. After closing the file, we cannot produce any read or write operation. That is an anomaly. Okay, so next, like that only we have some combinations called CR, closing, read. After closing, you are want to perform reading operation, or after closing, we are want to perform write operation. These are all considered as the anomalies for that particular operations. Okay, like that we are going to the read before write. Okay, before writing we are doing some operation called write operation on a particular file, and we are doing the read operations. We cannot see the manipulations what the write has been performed. So this is then a bug. Okay, this is also an anomaly. Okay, like that we have some different combinations called OCC. O is nothing, opening multiple times. Already we have opened the file, again you are opening the file. That is an anomaly. Next, CC, closed. Already you closed the file, again you are closing the file. That is it. Again, these are not some, these type of opening, double opening, close opening does not consider any problem, but this is the wastage of time. Okay, this has to be examined. So these will be like this. We have some different problems like see, set and reset. So set comes after the set, reset comes after the reset. This is the formula has to be followed. This, if set is not coming after the set, then it is an anomaly. Okay, so these anomalies has to be seen in this particular concept. Okay, like that we have seen another example. See, for example, you are taking a tape and we are doing rewind, fast forward, read, write, stop and skip operation on that particular tape. But you are doing if you are we are going from rewind to fast forward without stopping. So you want to you are doing the rewind operation and you are going to fast forward. You cannot directly go to the fast forward when you're performing the rewind. So you need to stop and you have to follow this. So without stopping and doing the performance operation immediately, then it is an anomaly. Okay, reading or write without stopping. Okay, you're reading the operation and you started writing. This is an anomaly. Like that we have different anomalies with these combinations. Okay, so these are the different anomalies that were produced in the regular expressions. What is the method that followed to reduce these regular expressions? Okay, so these are the same, what are the operation that we have followed in the previous, like that only here also we will follow, but here go for the a theorem called Hong theorem. Okay, this is the theorem has to be followed in this method. Okay, what is the Hong theorem? What is the Hong theorem expression? What is the Hong theorem formula has to be followed for this regular expression? So initially every graph is represented with 1. Okay, every graph link weight will be 1, and the formula has to be followed when we are having a plus a, that has to be represented as a, 1 square has to be represented as 1. This is the basic points has to be followed. Okay, here we will go for the Hong theorem. What is the representation of Hong theorem is represented in this particular example. For example, we are taking a string called ABC. Okay, that string contain an expression called ABC square C. Okay, this is an expression ABC square C. Okay, so again we are taking a T as a substring. So here the problem will be solved by using the substring. Okay, here taking a string called substring that is represented by T. This substring contains only 2 characters. Okay, T is contains only 2 characters. So what is the main string here? AB square C. Okay, nothing but we are taking an expression called A, B and C. N can be represented as 2, 3, 4, anything else. Okay, T is the substring. So we need to apply a Hong expression in this particular example. Hong expressions is nothing but substituting the values in this particular expression. Okay, see here. For example, you are taking, what are the nodes we have here? A, B, C. A can be represented, A is represented with, we are taking is assumption that A is taken as PP, B is taken as SRR, C is taken RP, and T is represented by S. These combination PP, SRR, these are nothing but set, reset, push, pop, only these condition representation. Okay, so that can be represented by using these can be represented by Hong expression. See, the Hong expressions is nothing but you represented this particular ABC in the particular ABC square. Okay, A, B, and C. See here, PP. A is represented with PP. B is represented by SRR whole power n. C is represented by RP. Okay, if you are increased to an expression to the 2 power 2, it is changes to power 2. Okay, so this is the representation of a Hong theorem. Okay, expression representation. So while you are taking the another expression, so like this, so these expressions is nothing but you are increasing 2 to you are increasing the substring to P4. Okay, so here we are taking the substring as SS. Here the substring we are taken is P4. Okay, so these are the some values. A for P plus PS, B followed, C followed. Okay, so we changed the values. Okay, this can be also represented like this particular representation. This is nothing but the regular expression representation. Okay, by using the Hong theorem. So up to this we have completed the unit